Is it going? There's all these people screaming at each other, and I got distracted by the screaming.
Why were they screaming at each other?
And I jumped down the stairs.
Today's the day the world ends.
I peed down the stairs, and then I stepped in my own pee, and I was like, oh, that's my pee. According to the theorists that were behind the 2012 the world's gonna burn in 2012 thing, the world's gonna end today. Well, that's kind of unfortunate. I guess we have one more day to get this review out.
Yeah, we gotta get it done like in the next 24 hours, because at some point in the next 24 hours, 22 hours and 50 minutes, the world will burn in the next.
Well,
The
I guess
rapture's
if
gonna
that's our fate.
Technically, we're gonna have more time, but the world's gonna burn while we attempt to get the shit out.
At least we'll never have to go back to Grandma's if the world burns.
What if it burns like at 11:59 tomorrow?
Maybe we'd have to go back to Grandma's.
That'd be unfortunate.
You okay?
We drank a lot here while we were watching Nathan for You. And so basically I'm fucked. The entire world is spinning and it won't stop. We gotta discuss this movie.
Get rid of that. Hey everybody, today we watched, or not today, but hey everybody, the other day we watched the new movie Kingsman, The Gold Circle. So Aidan, what's the plot of Kingsman, The Gold Circle?
Kingsman: The Golden Circle is a follow-up to Kingsman: The Secret Service, and it's about a drug cartel run by a woman played by Meryl Streep named
What's that, Meryl Streep?
Poppy.
Puppy.
And Poppy runs pretty much all the world's drugs go through Poppy. She's like the richest woman alive, but nobody knows about her, which kind of pisses her off. And she decides that she's gonna take the entire world hostage by making everyone who smokes illegal drugs sick.
Not just smokes, but snorts and injects. Too.
Yeah, anyone who takes illegal drugs gets sick, and they're gonna die in a couple days. And the U.S. president is like, "Fuck it, I'll just let all the druggies die, and that'll solve the war on drugs, because there'll be no one to buy drugs anymore, and everything will be G." But the Kingsmen kind of have a different idea. All the Kingsmen get wiped out except for the bald guy and our main character Eggsy. And the guy Harry, who killed all the people in the church in the first movie, survives through some bullshit. And because all the other Kingsmen are dead, they go to the United States and they meet up with the Statesmen, who live in Kentucky, and they're basically the hick Kingsmen. And they all use lassos, and they're just like basically the cowboy Kingsmen. And they kind of work together, and they work together to go against Poppy and her evil drug plot. And there's lots of memes. So kind of tell us what you thought about the Kingsman 2, The Golden Circle.
I thought Kingsman was a pretty good movie. I liked it quite a bit, actually. I don't know. I thought the acting was decent in the movie. There wasn't a ton to the acting, I don't think, but as an action movie, as it being what it was a pretty good movie. It was hype. It was fast-paced. Like I said, the acting for what it was, I didn't mind. I thought the movie was just kind of fun, you know what I'm saying? Was it like a deep movie? Did it do much intellectually? No, but as an action movie, I thought it was a good action movie, and Matthew Vaughn is one of my favorite directors in the way of mindless action movies. I don't think he's goes super deep into movies, but I think he does a good job doing action movies. Like examples being the first Kingsman movie and X-Men First Class were both very good. Action movies for what they are, and I think he does a very good job making the movies fun and enjoyable. And I was kind of scared that the American Kingsman or the Statesman would be kind of cringy, and I thought it was kind of cool or how they were done. Like Halle Berry, Channing Tatum, they were all
good.
great. And who was the leader again? Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges. I love when Jeff Bridges isn't anything. He did alright. I wish he was utilized more. And wasn't there
I wish Channing
Burt
Tatum was
Reynolds?
utilized more, because Channing Tatum gets fucking.
Wasn't Burt Reynolds in this shit?
Burt Reynolds is dead, dude. He was just another guy. I don't remember his name. He's kind of famous, but he's not that famous. Channing Tatum.
I don't know. I thought it was Burt Reynolds.
Channing Tatum gets sick with the disease and they freeze him, so he's out for like 90% of the movie.
I think they
Which
kind
is
of
a shame.
It was probably partially the cost of
He's probably
having.
filming Logan Lucky at the same time.
Yeah, he probably was based on when this movie came out, or at least a similar time. But Channing Tatum's a pretty busy guy, and I think Channing Tatum and Samuel L. Jackson are both kind of similar, where they have their leading roles, but they're probably most famous because of their supporting roles. And I don't know. I thought Channing Tatum did a good job as a supporting role for what he had. Everybody did good with what they had, and I thought the movie was entertaining and fun. And I thought it was, just a pretty well put together action movie. Is it like deep? Is it as good as like John Wick as an action movie? No, it's not that deep. It's not that exciting, but it has a lot of, cool sequences. I think the action in it was very fun.
It's got a lot of memes.
It's got a lot of memes, which I do. At times the memes were kind of over the top and not super funny. There were funny moments to it, and there were parts that didn't hit quite as well, but there were some parts where I thought it was pretty funny, and, for what it is, I thought it was a pretty good movie. So Aidan, what do you think of Kingsman Secret, or not Secret Service, Kingsman the Golden Circle?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, Matthew Vaughn is really good at making exciting action sequences. And there's some fun ones in this movie. I think, obviously if you've been watching this channel, we're big fans of movies that don't take themselves too seriously, like XXX, The Return of Xander Cage. And this movie does a good job of kind of memeing it up just like the first one. I think they go a little too far in some places, like, Elton John makes a cameo towards the start and you're like, that's funny. And then later on he becomes, Elton John becomes pretty much a central character to the story, and he helps the Kingsman fight. And I think it was a little bit too much Elton John, to the point where it was kind of like, okay, just kind of...
Elton John was a meme.
But there was some stuff in there that was kind of goofy, that was pretty good, like how the villain Poppy grinds a guy into a hamburger and then makes his friend eat it. That was all, really good stuff. The other thing I'd like to specifically highlight in the memes category is the Statesmen are a really good idea, where they're kind of like these goofy cowboys they're like super spy cowboys. I think honestly they didn't do enough with this one, where Jeff Bridges appears for 3 minutes, he's like the head of the Statesman, and he's like, yep, I'm the head of the Statesman, okay, bye. Channing Tatum gets frozen for most of the movie. Halle Berry sits behind a computer for most of the movie. The Statesman we see the most is he's aligned with the president, and he's working with the president to kind of...
No, he isn't. He said, I fight that moron about the president.
Why was he evil?
He was evil because his wife was shot by a meth head in a convenience store. So he wanted all the drug users.
So he pretty much.
So he wanted all the drug dealers to be dead.
He pretty much had the same goal as the president, even though he was on
Well,
the opposite side.
the president wanted to kill the people because he didn't think they were worth having around, and he thought it
He
would
wanted
be a
to end the war on
political
drugs.
move because he thought. I don't know what the president.
Anyway,
thought
the
he
evil
was getting
statesman
out of
was
it,
the one
but
we
this
saw.
dude wanted all the people dead because he thought if the meth head.
We saw him the most, and I wish we got more Channing Tatum because Channing Tatum had the most fun scenes in the movie, like when he clogs this hole with his tobacco, and he has
That was like the cringiest scene in the entire movie. I thought it.
all the statesmen have like these electric lassos and shotguns and stuff, and they're kind of goofy fun, the same kind of goofy fun that I came to this movie for, and I think pretty much they only utilize the statesman as the villain, with the villain guy. So that's a little bit disappointing, but I think overall, it's a fun action movie. It's kind of goofy, a little bit of a spy parody, a little bit of action. Matthew Vaughn's good at making action. He's good at making you laugh. And besides a little tiny bit too much Elton John. Elton John kind of becomes like a superhero at the end, and he like beats up a guy and like kicks him. Like Elton John's a morbidly obese, elderly gay man, and we see him do karate kicks and stuff and like do poses and stuff. He flies through the air on platform shoes and kicks down a super spine. He's like, boom.
Elton John never did any of that. I don't know.
That literally happens in the movie. When he gets in the fight with the guy on the stage, when they start infiltrating,
He sneak attacks one guy, sucker punches one guy, and then he helps.
but there's a little bit of emotion when the head of the Kingsman blows himself up to save everyone else. There's a little bit of an emotional response.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weak, though. I thought that was kind of a weak. I think he should have got killed by getting shot or something. I don't fucking know.
I think overall it's a pretty strong action movie.
In this movie
It's a pretty, it's just an enjoyable movie to spend a couple hours on. It's not like the world's greatest movie. It's not even the greatest movie of this year. But I mean, compared to most of the fucking shit that comes out this year, it's just like, it's fun. It's good if you like Matthew Vaughn, if you liked X-Men First Class, if you like the first Kingsman, you're gonna enjoy this. It's just like, it's a good fun movie for the most part, and it's just like, bleh. It's good. Suppose you recommend Kingsman Golden Circle.
Yeah, I'd recommend Kingsman. I think it's one of the better action movies we've had this year. It didn't take itself too seriously. I really, the Elton John stuff was probably the biggest meme of the movie, but it wasn't, I don't know, Aidan kind of is complaining about it, but the thing about the Elton John meme is like, yeah, it's a meme, it's a clear meme, but, it's one of those things where it's just kind of like, it's so over the top. This whole movie feels really over the top, and the Elton John thing is there. It's over the top, yes, but it's almost like I don't have a problem with it since the rest of the movie's over the top, and Elton John didn't do a bad job acting for what he did, and he was well utilized in the movie. And I thought he was kind of just an interesting piece of comic relief, recurring gag. Why did you play with it, Aidan? I thought Elton John was pretty well utilized. Elton John, the whole movie was such a kind of was a meme. So when Elton John was a meme, it wasn't super out of place, and it was kind of a well-established joke. They put a lot of it into it. Even what's the main character's name again?
Eggsy.
Even Eggsy had like Elton John posters and shit, so he was kind of established throughout the movie. I don't know. I thought they did it okay with him. I thought the movie was funny. I thought the movie it was just a good action movie. It was a good enough action movie. Will I probably buy it? Probably not. Will I forget this movie just like I forgot all about the first Kingsman movie? Yeah, probably. But is it worth watching? Yeah, I would check it out in the theater. Sure, it's a good time. It's not a classic, it's not worth buying by any means, but it's a good time. And with the movies that have been coming out this year, there's not many movies. It's sad that we're in a day and age. Well, I guess it's been every day and age for movies, but it's kind of sad, especially in this day and age where 90% of movies you watch just aren't worth going to the theater to watch. I watch it and I'm like, wow. Okay, and then I move on. But this movie, I thought it was pretty good. So yeah, I'd suggest this movie. Sure. Aidan, would you recommend Kingsman: The Secret Service, or not The Secret Service, The Golden Circle? I apologize.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Anyone who watches is probably gonna enjoy it unless they're dumbasses who complain about sexism in movies, because that's what every negative review of this
I
movie
didn't even
is.
think this movie was that sexist. I don't get it. Was
But
it
he
because
finger banged a girl, Connor. He finger banged
So
her.
he cheated
It was
on.
rape,
He kind of
Connor.
cheated on his
It was
girlfriend.
rape because she didn't know that he was a secret agent.
It is
sexist.
actually rape if you don't
It's
reveal it to
sexist.
a woman, an evil woman that's part of a drug cartel. If I'm going to have sex with a woman who's part of a drug cartel and I'm going to put a tracker in her vagina in a scene, in a slapstick scene, it is completely sexist if I do not tell her that I'm going to put a tracking device up in her vagoo. Because the woman's vagoo, even if
Glad
she's
you
part of a
understand.
drug cartel and you're a super secret agent, is a sick part of the human body.
Now you're getting it. But anyway, good movie, good watch, fun, and Matthew Vaughn delivers, so watch it.